All right, so today I'm interviewing my dad, David here, about his job. So hopefully we can learn a little more about what he does. So Dad, what is your job? Describe your job. Where do you work?
I am an electronics engineer. I've been doing this for, 28 years. I work at Lycor Biosciences, and my job is to architect and design the electronics that turn into scientific instrumentation.
And what is your official title?
Principal design engineer.
Gotcha. So when and how did you know that you wanted to be an engineer?
Well, I always had an interest in technical and computer kind of stuff, but it really all happened because I got an ROTC scholarship going into college, and they said, we'll give you a full-ride scholarship, but you have to go into electrical engineering. My dad was an electrician, which is not at all the same, but both still dealing with electricity.
Sure.
I knew a little bit and thought it would be interesting to learn, more of the technical side of electronics rather than like house or building wiring.
What was your education to become an electrical engineer?
I have a bachelor's of science degree
Okay,
in electrical engineering
gotcha.
from UNL.
UNL, yeah. So, do you prefer? I know you've worked with environmental side of things before with instrument design. Do you prefer that or like the biomedical that you're just talking about?
They're both very interesting. So the environmental stuff is usually dealing with global climate change research, plant research, meteorological related measurements.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I work on today, more
Okay.
than bio. And I really like the fact that in that world, Lycor is kind of the big guy.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever heard of Lycor outside of the scientific community. But of those that are in this field,
Mm-hmm.
Lycor is the 1,000-pounder.
What should other people know about engineering?
So this is my marketing pitch to tell people to go into engineering.
Yeah, go for
Yeah, go into engineering.
it.
It's very interesting. I almost never do the same thing 2 days in a row. I do get to work indoors at a desk, which people might say that's dumb and boring, but I say if you're gonna live anywhere other than where you'd want to be outside year-round, then having an indoor job in the winter and the heat and the humidity of summer is a pretty good gig.
It is.
Um,
Yeah.
It's technical, it's interesting, we get to help people. It's creative. I mean, people don't think of that. They think, oh, it's just all technical. It's not. It's completely creative. When I'm told, go start this new project, go work on this thing, here's kind of what we're looking for, I'm usually got a blank sheet of paper or a blank computer screen saying, how are we going to solve this problem?
What qualities make a good engineer? Just the first couple that come to mind.
I would say you need to be independent. You need to be orderly.
Okay.
Not to brag, but you need to be smart.
You need to be smart.
People that struggle with math and maybe don't get through algebra very easily probably shouldn't be engineers. But if you're good at math and you're good at science and it's interesting to you, you're curious, inquisitive about how things work, why do they work, how could that work better? Those are qualities that make a good engineer.
Last question. Do you think I would make a good engineer?
Well, that is a good question.
It is.
Yes, I do think you're a very good engineer. You are inquisitive, and you do sometimes wonder how things work. You do have good ideas that are creative.
I'm not good at math though.
You are not as good at math as I am.
Pre-calculus was terrible last year.
But I think you can do it.
Okay.
Some people have the knack, and some people don't.
Yeah,
But
I don't know if I have it.
people that don't have the knack can still be good engineers.
Oh, okay.
You just have to figure out how to get through those hard math classes in college.
I see.
And beyond that, you can do it. Because like I said, once you get through college, the math in many engineering fields is not incredibly deep or complex anymore. The theory of it is, but the day-to-day is not.
Thanks for being my interviewee.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thanks for telling my video production class about your job and your career.
You got it.